I got something here. It says, can you smoke after a seizure? 19-year-old female. I had a seizure for the first time during work. I'm okay. And they think that the main cause of it was because of the medication I've been taking. They said it could also have been because of the alcohol withdrawals, which I doubt because I hadn't had anything to drink since a week before. I'm a pretty big advocate for weed, and I'm fairly new to it. I've been I've only been smoking for about a month and a half, and I was wondering should I wait how long I should wait before smoking again. Shit, like, I've said this before. After the seizure, I just roll up. I don't waste no time, and usually it helps.
That must be muscle memory if you could actually roll it, right?
Right.
Hey, Pookie, how many times have you come out of a seizure and noticed you have a clean packed bowl? Because when you were going into the seizure, you knew you were going to need it.
I think I just always have weed that I'm just like,
Yeah.
It's like there's times that I would literally cash out a half bowl just to make sure I'd have a full bowl because I'm feeling a seizure coming on. And it's so funny because I did that Wednesday. I'm like, oh my God, there's my bowl sitting on my dresser, not in the living room, packed clean. I'm like, okay, yeah. That's
How many ounces work a month for you guys? I'm looking at Jersey, they allow 3 ounces a month.
how many ounces work? Like, how much do I need?
Yeah, like what'd you go through?
Uh, in the past 2 weeks, I've been doing a lot of vaping because I stopped with the tobacco, and I wasn't really a big fan of papers, but I have some, so I was just like smoking papers every now and then. But for like the last week or so, I just been vaping and taking dabs. But usually a month.
So that's a weird way to put the limit to only say ounces instead of, oh, well, that straight up no on home cultivation too. So maybe
In
that
a
means
month,
no to edibles and vapes.
in a month, I'm smoking about maybe too much. Maybe like half a pound. Shit.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Sounds
right.
about right.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I was making my own FECO, I would need at least 4 ounces for that. And then I could, when I stopped smoking cigarettes, I could easily smoke an ounce in a month. So that would be 5 ounces, which is just over a quarter pound of weed a month. But I get my FECO already made, so I don't have to worry about that, you know?
I could take down an ounce 2 days. Shit. If that.
Mm,
Dude,
That's
okay.
because
wow.
that's because I was smoking backwards and I was putting like 3 grams in each of them. I wasn't even counting. I was just making them hella fat.
Oh, man. You were just hollowing it out and packing it.
Yep.
Dude.
Mm.
Okay. We'll
That's
just
not
call
gonna
you
work for the budget.
Skunko.
Everyone would always tell me, no, you can't roll mine. I'll roll it because you roll them too fat.
Yeah.
I'd be like, all right then, hey, it's yours. Well, they'd be like, no, I don't want to smoke backwoods. You gotta put too much weed in it. I was like, no, you don't. I just do that. You don't have to do that. I've seen people cut the cigar into the size pieces they wanted to. It worked perfectly fine. But yeah,
Well, since we're talking weed and papers, have you ever tried King Palm?
heard of it. Did not use it. I mean, did
Oh,
not tried it.
it smokes so slow and so mellow. It's amazing. I can't roll them. I can't even roll paper. But when I go to a certain friend's house, I make sure I take some with me because, yeah, they're great. They have to be put in yeah, I'm going to say this with the wrong accent. How do we say this? Humidor, because they dry out quicker than a cigar. So, and then you can't roll them. They just crumble. But oh my gosh, they're so good.
Is there nicotine in it?
Nope.
Oh, good. Let's stop with the nicotine. So I'm gonna see.
Yeah,
how
it's not a tobacco leaf. It's actually some sort of a palm,
Okay.
and it's
Okay.
just
Wait, so
Yeah, I heard that. King's
you're just
palm.
talking about king size?
king palm,
King
PALM.
palm. I heard
Oh,
that.
okay. So it's not just like the big zigzags.
No,
No,
I
it's
got some of those.
definitely different.
I got some of these king size raw papers, and they come with tips.
Oh, you got the filters. Yeah.
Yeah, the tips are nice, and I don't always use them for the papers. Well, now that I stopped smoking tobacco, so yeah, I use them for the papers.
Yeah.
But I've heard about King's Palm. I never used them because I was just addicted to backwoods. So I go get a box of backwoods and just
Hey,
smoke.
they sell them on Amazon.
Yeah, I always meant to go do it on Amazon or do it from somewhere else that's like bigger, buy a bigger amount. But there's this place down the street. They give me like a box for like $60. It's like 8 packs.
Yeah.
Or you can get 3 packs for 20. So it worked out.
5-pack here on Amazon is $6.50.
Say it again.
5-pack. They call them slim though, so maybe they're itty bitty.
What, the king palm?
King Palm Slim 5-pack, $6.50.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay.
And those are the little skinny ones. They're like,
Yeah,
not
now I see
thinners,
Slim
but
compared to King XL for $45 on Amazon.
yeah. Or go to a smoke shop, buy 1 pack, see if you like them, you know?
Right.
I used the
All right, well,
zigzag
looks like we're back to
cones.
Virginia.
Jeff, you said you use
Sorry, Jeff, what'd you
cones?
say?
Yeah, I used the zigzag cones. I have a funnel that I stick the cone in, and it loads in a second, and it makes perfect joints.
Nice. I
Yeah,
haven't
they're
got
one
the
and a
cones in a
quarter
while.
size. They're $9.99 for 50 and $19.99 for 100
Oh,
on
nice.
Amazon.
The King's Palm. And you want to take it back to epilepsy?
I don't know, what do we want to talk about epilepsy? Epilepsy and me?
Gonna help some people. Answer some questions.
Yeah, what do we got?
Let's see. Oh, I seen something that I think I know that girl who posted it.
Maybe like ask some people what was their most like unexpected adjustment after you got diagnosed with epilepsy. Obviously, I knew I was going to lose my license. I knew I was going to have to change some things, but what was the most like unexpected thing?
Not being able to
Losing,
work.
Just
losing my mind.
independence. Not having independence. That's the worst.
Yeah, I would say like the social changes and then just the general stigma.
Okay, I have one. It says back pain for TCs. Do your TCs result in long-lasting back pain or fractured vertebrae? It seems like this is a reoccurring theme for us. For me, some of the worst pain is when you're laying on your stomach and getting up from that position. I thought it could be my computer chair and maybe it's just aging, but it definitely seems the worst after a seizure. I have annual tonic-clonics, but they seem to be pretty bad. That my wife always feels the need to call 911. Last year definitely caused fractured vertebrae that a sports medicine doctor could see on an X-ray. I haven't checked anything after the one a few months ago, but I'm wondering what everyone's experiences in context to back pain. I've had doctors give me a muscle relaxers, but if it's broken bone, I don't see how that would actually do anything. And they really don't, be honest. They really don't, to be honest. I've taken some, is it Kratom? Kratom?
Yeah,
I've taken some Kratom in the past, but honestly, it has the potential for addiction, just like opiates. It has different molecular structure, which allows you to pretend it's not an opiate, but it definitely has the same effects, fortunately and unfortunately. Same effects, fortunately. Unfortunately, does get to the pain. Ibuprofen and Tylenol don't work, and I don't want to overexpose my liver to taking those regularly. So, what is your regimen? Hot or cool pads, muscle strengthening exercises, and if so, can you be fairly specific? I don't have the pains, but oh, I see Ann in the comments.
yeah,
And
yeah.
Tom,
I got this amazing daughter.
all of you guys are in the comments.
Go figure. I don't even remember. So
I think you were
probably
just
had one since
responding
then.
to Ann's comment. So
Oh, okay.
That's a good one. Yeah, fractured vertebrae, unfortunately, there's no fix other than surgery. And there are low invasive surgeries, which is what I had to have, because I fractured L1, which is right below your rib cage. And I had to have what's called a kyphoplasty, where they basically put in a balloon to realign that vertebrae, because part of it like slid against the other part. You know what I mean? So they have to put it back where it belongs and then glue it where it was fractured. And it's a procedure that's done by advanced radiologists. And I know it sounds real complicated, but it literally takes 15 minutes.
oh.
And I went in so much pain and came out amazed at how different it felt. So yeah, as far as the fractured vertebrae, not much you can do other than a surgical evaluation kind of thing. And if there's compression on the spinal cord, no exercise, no physical therapy, brace, nothing is going to get rid of that pain that you have from a compressed spinal cord.
I mean, that was a
Right.
quick surgery, but it was definitely still inpatient, right? Like they kept you overnight at least.
No,
That was an outpatient
that
surgery.
was an outpatient surgery. I went in at
Wow.
7 a.m. and I left at 1 p.m.
You'd be shocked how many surgeries like that are outpatient nowadays.
Right. And I could not walk. I literally, my toes were curled under my feet from the reflex, from the compression on the spinal cord. And I was almost bent over at a 90-degree angle. Like I could not hold my body up. Not that I didn't want to, it literally wouldn't happen. And that's how I went into the surgery. They were getting me on this table. There's like 6 people. Like I'm on my belly and I've got 2 different people pulling my arms, 2 more people pulling my legs, strapping them down, putting them in position, all these lasers going on. They covered my head. And all I said was, oh no, I'm getting a cramp. And then I woke up after the surgery. I don't remember anything after the, oh no, I'm getting a cramp, because being on my stomach with a fractured vertebrae, it's gonna do that. So it literally takes more time for the anesthesia to put you under and bring you out than for the actual procedure. And that's all they need to do to my neck, to be quite honest.
That's amazing. I thought vertebrae and like anything to do with the spine was so delicate that it would be complicated.
Not in the lumbar vertebrae so much. When you look at the
Is that
size,
like lower back?
yeah, that's your lower
Oh,
back.
okay.
Like from your rib cage down, to where your hips connect, so it's, the vertebrae are a different size. Plus there's a different space for the central canal for your cervical or for your spinal cord to go through. So there's more space in the lumbar spine. So when that moves, it had to move a lot before it hit the spine. But as far as like the neck, the problem there is any place where there's compression on the spinal cord, any area below that can be paralyzed. So lumbar spine, that will affect my legs, my bladder, my bowels. My neck, that will affect everything, my diaphragm, my heart. I will be what they call, oh God, I forgot. I just read an article about it today.
Just don't
It's
say
like a
paraplegic.
vegetative, yeah, like you're in a vegetative state, but you're aware. Like I wouldn't even be able to talk because the muscles that control your larynx are below that vertebrae in my neck.
But that's where the pink slip comes into play.
That's where the pink slip's going on the door.
Yeah.
Yep. Because I've had enough. It's like, you want to sit and wait for these. So you know, if I have a tonic-clonic seizure, if my daughter hadn't stopped that Wednesday, I may not have been here because I could have completely compressed my spinal cord at that point. And compressing it between two vertebrae is one thing, but I'm compressing it between a vertebrae and titanium. So
Yeah, and there's no such thing as like a bruised nerve or something that's gonna mess it up for good.
yeah, no, you don't uncompress your spinal cord any
Yeah.
other way but surgery. So, and that's next. First, I'm taking care of the epilepsy doc, and then the spinal doc is next. Because this is too dangerous. And I'm going to see if the epileptologist will confirm that. And if he tells me he doesn't know enough about neurology, then I'm definitely going to have. Did I tell you what he said about sleep medicine?
No, what'd he say?
That epileptologists are not normally well versed in sleep medicine.
What?
Yeah.
But that's such a major contributor of seizures.
And guess where he wrote that?
Right on the referral?
In my chart message.
Okay,
And
screenshot.
No, I don't have to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they have the NAEC has access to Epic. So all I had to do was give them my social security number, do an electronic signature on an email, and boom, in 2 hours I got a phone call with a very, very wonderful woman. And I could hear in her voice she was trying to hide the fact that she wanted to scream.
That's brilliant.
And I'm like, and she's like, Anne, are you all right? Yeah. Where are we right now with your epilepsy? And this she just couldn't get words together. She said, normally we do not advocate for patients, but you're advocating for yourself. And we can't ignore this. And now that we've looked at what you told us to and more, we can't ignore this. I'm like,
So
yeah,
that's
I know.
the NAEC rep.
Yes.
That's beautiful.
And I told her, I said, look, I don't want to do anything until after the 10th because I want to give them another opportunity to remedy this because this doctor isn't responsible. He may be the catalyst. So, and she said, well, okay, we'll look at it from your viewpoint. And she appreciated that. But she's like, I don't know what to say. There is no such thing as revoking an epilepsy diagnosis for a type of epilepsy that you have. You can possibly revoke like juvenile myoclonic, but you cannot revoke a permanent damaging epilepsy syndrome like I have. And that's what they did here. And I didn't even think about it. That, here I'm in the emergency room, not thinking about the connection to the epilepsy center. They allowed that to happen right in the beginning. They were the ones that allowed it. So it's much more than I thought it was. It isn't just addressing You know, it's like, look, I don't think I'm getting the treatment that you should be giving me. It's going back to what the hell just happened here, all the way up to the national level. So I definitely.
And how is that not like setting off red flags and alerts with insurance when they clearly see something being prescribed that interacts with another medication? Why would they even stand to pay for it?
Well, it wasn't that so much. It was that they said, you know, you don't have epilepsy. You have
Yeah,
psychogenic.
I'm just thinking of like how all the other injustices that, you know, happen every day
Oh, yeah.
can get away.
Yeah, because people aren't speaking up. And, you know, that's why we need the education, the information, and the support, like you guys are giving me, to speak up. And, you know, it's a butterfly effect. You know, sometimes it just takes one little flutter to set off an entire avalanche. And we just may be that flutter. So taking the opportunity while I've got it.
Yeah.
I wasn't here for Destiny's story, but Saya's story had me crying.
Yeah, because we get it. Because
Yeah.
Angel, you had the same thing, right?
It sounded almost exactly like the cluster, and when she was like describing it like word for word and saying hours, and oh my god.
Yeah. I
Like,
know.
I know
I was
those
tapping-
feelings.
Yeah. I was literally, when she was telling her story, and she started, and then 5 hours later, and then 2 hours later, then I had 5 seizures that night. And I'm like counting up 24 hours. Holy mother of the universe. Get to an epilepsy center, you know? But damn, why are they doing this, you know?
But that is why we are here, to actually give somebody the support to understand that they're not crazy, that this is a life-threatening situation. It feels that way, but nobody wants to see it that way, and it's just dangerous. It's so
Yeah.
dangerous, and a lot of people that get in that situation, like the esa mujer, whatever her name was, couldn't, you know, she didn't have like any support from the Latin community, and that's a big, you know, that's
Oh yeah,
kind of
Diana.
something that, yeah, that's definitely something that I can understand.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I get it. But all of our stories are just as important, because it's encouraging to know that somebody like me, you know,
And it's some
Angel,
reassurance, like you're not crazy.
yeah, and just having that chance to talk to a real person that really did this, you know, and that for all we know, like with Destiny and Saya, we may be saving a couple of lives here. And you know, that's the goal. And just to do it on a bigger scale, you know? But yeah, great teamwork, guys. I gotta go, because I gotta take my good old cannabis to get me sleeping. And
All
All
right.
right,
I'll
sleep
add you
is
as
the
a
most
mod.
important.
And you can,
all right, well, hey, send me a few clues if there's anything you want to talk about. I'll let you know what I'm putting together. Okay. All right, cool. Whoa, boy, what fun. All right, Kevin, it was great to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. All right,
Night.
Jeff, Angel, good night. Have a great one. See you Tuesday.
Sweet dreams.
Tuesday, and
And think
I'll
about
get
plugging in
that.
that camera.
Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. All right, love you guys.
All
You
right,
too.
later.
Have a
Love
good
you.
night.
love you too, and
Kate, have you figured out how to do that? Good
What's
restful
that?
sleep?
Do what?
How to get good restful sleep? Have you figured that out?
Oh yeah, I've never had a problem on my medications. Usually sleep about 7 hours, and definitely sleep better when I take the dog out after 10:30 at night. And
Mhm.
you know, obviously let the children run themselves sleepy, so they're not gonna wake me up early. It's just eliminating the whatever wakes me up.
What
That's
kind of
How
something
about
dog?
you,
here.
Jeff?
I don't
Go
sleep
ahead.
well.
Oh, you don't
Uh,
sleep well?
I'm up and down all night. Uh, whether I go to sleep early or late, it's no different. Uh, I guess around 5 hours on a good night. But also, I'm older, so that plays a lot into it. Older people don't sleep as well.
Mm.
But do you figure out what's waking you up? Like when after, my mother post-COVID, everybody that has the long COVID now just has like a lot of respiratory issues. When you reference getting older, is it more like arthritic kind of pain or
I have, yeah, I have a lot of arthritic pain, uh,
okay.
which is why I originally moved to the desert. Uh, but after my
Really?
last seizures, my wife made me come back here to Pennsylvania. Um,
Oh, so it's a
uh,
cold, the temperature that sometimes like
the,
causes
the,
those flares.
the temperature, the humidity, the temperature changes.
And it's been
Uh,
cold a lot here lately.
yeah, it's cold. Uh, and then you come from the desert and you're used to at a minimum 80s and 90s, and you come here and it's 50. It's a big difference.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's a big difference right now. It's like
Yeah.
this is
Like,
not usual May
And,
weather for us.
and I'm one of the weird people that likes the desert in the summer. I like it when it's
Wow.
110 degrees.
I love the summers for some reason, and heat doesn't bother me. That's why I say like the average triggers for everyone. I can't find something that bothers me. Like heat
I like
stuff.
cooler temperatures, but
Like I
I
love
don't.
being. I guess I would say like drenching myself in water. That's always a good thing. Like that
Mhm.
heat and then that cold, and then yeah.
I don't like the weather changing. It bothers me. I like the cold weather.
I don't like the
Holidays.
weather East Coast. I hate East Coast weather, especially tri-state. The tri-state, I
yeah,
did not understand it. I was just like,
it's
this weather is so
it's
bipolar.
I,
It
I,
was
yeah,
like it was like 60 degrees and sunny, and it was like 70 degrees and windy. The next day was like 85 degrees and a thunderstorm. I was like,
Right.
what the fuck is going on?
Philly
yeah,
only has like 2 weeks where it's 10 degrees and then 2 weeks where it's 100 degrees. So yeah, that's pretty bipolar, but I mean, not that
yeah,
bad.
Yeah, that sounds like it might take some getting used to after Florida for 20 years.
Yeah. It
yeah.
would.
But like
But it still looks
May,
like Pennsylvania and Virginia have the best laws if I want to go the marijuana route. So I don't
yeah.
know. Maybe I'll just go for South Virginia.
South Virginia. Where's I don't exactly
You
know
can you
Virginia.
can do the Philly one. Like when I was living
It's
with my
cost of
wife
living.
and we were
That's all I'm
having
looking at is but
problems,
yeah.
we just crossed over the bridge and like, all right, we're just gonna go over here and get some recreational stuff. Here we go.
Yeah, that's
More
true. That's another reason
expensive
we were
though.
looking into Tennessee because they don't have the food tax in Kentucky.
Yeah.
So, no property tax in Tennessee. You run up to the, ShopRite or whatever in Kentucky and no food tax there. But those are like literally the two states that have the worst possession laws. No
But
cultivation.
but Jeff, my mom's been like, I don't go to bed until after 12 because that's when my mom basically is like lets me know she's gonna start to go to bed.
Right.
And like she's been having trouble sleeping too a lot lately. And I'm like, it's probably your coffee and stuff, you know. Like she's cutting down her coffee to not having coffee past like a certain time of day.
Yeah.
Um, she doesn't
Yeah.
have neurological problem, but she is ADHD and she does have arthritis and stuff. So,
Yeah.
and she's 66, 67.
That's about the age when it starts.
So yeah,
Yeah, it
and
really
it
comes
is funny
downhill.
because the one night I couldn't sleep was the night she was up to 4 a.m. too.
Kevin, where in Pennsylvania do you live?
Philly.
Big Philly over here.
Oh,
We
What
got
was that?
Philly in the
Yeah,
house. Kev and Angel.
good old Northeast. Yeah.
Philly twins.
I'll be out there in a few months.
If you're gonna be in Philly, that's yeah, we could.
I'm gonna be in New Jersey, but it's like 20 minutes from Philly.
It's a right over the bridge type of thing.
Yeah. Just basically
It's not even hard for Philadelphia to like it's basically like, yeah, we're going over the bridge. Here we go.
Yeah.
Bye.
What is it? The Patco that goes to Jersey or something?
I forget which one, but yeah.
No, yeah, but it's a train that goes right to Jersey. Yeah.
I got something else here, you guys. It says TLE and focal impaired awareness seizures. Stories, please. Hi. Has everyone gotten their focal seizures under control? No. I have focal impaired awareness seizures. I am on Excopri. I just started my 100 milligram titration. I am feeling defeated and nervous. I want some hope on this journey of seizure freedom. I seem to really only seizure if I sleep less than 8 hours and do not take it easy for the day. I did that today. My biggest issue is that I'm a parentified child. I never heard that word. Now adult that grew up overachieving with very little help from parents, and therefore I cannot identify when to take it easy and when I am tired. I was told today my seizure was much shorter than usual, so hopefully Excopri is bringing in some hope. Yeah.
Sounds like a plus already.
This is from what's her name? The girl we had Tuesday. What's her name with the afro? I forgot her name.
She was that medical student, right?
Yeah.
Courtney?
Yeah.
You're asking me to remember.
Ah.
Well, I was thinking about that because I was curious to see who's actually going to be a regular now. And
Yeah.
I didn't know if maybe we might have scared her off because so many people had questions for her since she knew stuff.
Right.
So that's why it's cool that Anne has these resources and she knows people who might actually, not be overwhelmed. They know they're coming on here as experts.
Kevin and Angel have been regulars, and Jeff too. Jeff pops in, he learns stuff every time.
that's right.
I want Anne to be my lawyer.
I think Jeff is the first one we helped. Made a difference with that hyperbaric thing, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's no question you help me. And you help me every week. I don't have the same type of seizures you. I don't have tonic-clonics, except in my sleep. I've had a few. But I learned so much from you.
I
And
would say
every
I've been
time I
helped
learn
too.
something new.
Me too. Every
Yeah.
time I am in awe. Like, wow. Every time.
Yeah.
And I feel
Yeah.
like we're helping somebody every time.
Yeah.
And me and Pookie's been having them since we were teenagers.
Yeah. I'm gonna get a one-on-one with you, Angel.
Oh
Yeah, and I
man.
started at 74.
Well, I'm on this other message board now. Quora, it looks like is the website, Quora. And
Yeah.
it looks like a lot less patients participating, asking the question. Hold on. Okay, thank you. One of the questions on here is what are the best ways to cope with epilepsy? And that's the first one that it looked like patients were actually contributing to, because other ones are asking, I just think like really impersonal questions talking about should I even bother asking this girl who is suffering from epilepsy out? Is she gonna remember me after the date? Like, people are asking really stupid questions on this one. So it's just another reminder about how like public perception is so
Yeah.
messed up.
You know what I started noticing too on a lot of side effects on medicine, because I was looking on the boards yesterday and somebody asked an interesting question about back pain, and I'm like, there there's a lot of medications now um listing lower back pain as a side effect.
Mm.
At least the ones I've taken.
Yeah, that is true. Depakote, I think hurts bone density and your muscle strength. That's the one I take at least, and it I think I've gotten shorter. They measured me a couple of years ago, and I think I actually shrunk about half an inch. So that's that sucks.
You're gonna be like Danny DeVito size.
Oh my God, gonna keep getting fatter and shorter. I'll be DeVito soon. That'd be awesome. Sort of, yeah.
Kevin, your story has the most views.
I thought the teachers
Oh, I mean,
that
like,
teacher short would have the most.
yeah, the teacher short does, but I meant like
Oh, okay.
out of like
The
videos, me and Kevin for an hour and a half. That was dope.
Really, really, okay, cool.
I watched
There
that
you
right
go.
away. I'm like,
What?
That's an accomplishment.
I got one with Jeff, but it's not too long, so I'm eventually get another one with Jeff.
but I learned a lot, like between, especially like just, you know, Kate and Kevin. You have the RNS and the BNS, and I'm like, okay, what's my next plan of go to if I, you know, because I'm already on the benzos, and if I become tolerant to that, it's like they're going to need stronger medication. And I'm like, oh God.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how they sold me, was a promise of no meds. So now I guess I'm just kind of putting that theory to test,
Yeah, but
and we'll see how it goes.
I
You
don't
think
like
I'm
that's
on
a?
that.
2 right now.
You can't see your record.
I mean, do you think that's a possibility for either one of us? Is no meds? I mean, that's
I
like
don't know if
me.
no meds would be a possibility, but I just felt so offended that they never let me know about that interaction of the 2 medications that I'm on, causing such a severe increase in the likelihood that DRESS, that it sounds like an allergic reaction, but
Oh, okay.
when carbon what's that other, clobazam, no,
Yeah.
whatever medication I'm taking, and the levetiracetam, it's like when those 2 are paired together, this dress increases threefold, by threefold, and no one told me that. So I
Oh,
just feel so like offended by that I'm deciding to wean off the one that's a
Yeah,
Schedule 4. It has a, like, you're not allowed to have weed when you're on it, and it's just one that's like harder to get. It's more expensive, and it's one that I
that's the succesamide for me. It's like it
yeah.
says you can't have this or that while you're on this,
Yeah, that's why I picked that one to wean off of, and they only started me on 10 milligrams. She waited a week and said, "Okay, you're still having seizures, so now take 20." That's how I started to build the stockpile, because I didn't start taking them more often. Once I figured out that a prescription's hard to get a hold of, I have to tell them to give me a higher dose so I can get a stockpile. I need a bottle of meds in the diaper bag, the bedroom, and the kitchen. Like, that's just not a choice. That's how it is. So it's really stupid how they manage these medications and make them hard to get.
Yeah, and I remember another person asking on a site. It's like you're, you're running out of meds. Like what happens? And I remember a story that I put on. where I called in to a Walgreens like days early, and I never got to like they never notified me, and I called them back, and it's like, what's going on? Is this medication ready? And it was Briviac. I'm pretty sure it was Briviac.
Ooh.
And when I called Walgreens back, they were like, oh, well, none of our stores in Philadelphia are in stock right now, and you have to go, I think, to like the nearest store was King of Prussia or something. And I'm like, I
Wow.
don't even drive. So I was like,
I got something here. It says, what situation do you fear the most because of epilepsy? Not so long ago, I learned about SUDEP. I can't say that I don't fear that thing, but I'd like to hear more experiences and points of views of others. Someone said, the only thing I fear is dying without living a good life. I was on vacation and had a seizure. The next day, I was diving into the Pacific Ocean and got to see some beautiful wildlife. I'm not going to let it stop me from living my life to the fullest. I'm not diving in the ocean.
No, I'm not taking those kinds of risks, but you can still live each day like it's your last without,
yeah.
skydiving.
Yeah, my worst thing is just basically dying. That's the worst thing that could happen. Hit my head and not being able to talk or walk and stuff like that. Having to have my kids change my diapers and all that stuff. That scares me.
That's what I would think is worst.
Yeah, that scares me, just having to live with somebody who literally has to take care of you now. Now I can't talk and I'm drooling like Muhammad Ali and got a diaper change and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's why I'm getting that paperwork straight
I don't want
now.
to get that bad
Like
to
as
where I
soon as
need
this
a
divorce is
caretaker.
finalized, I'm getting those papers straight where if I'm on these machines, pull the plug.
Yeah,
Because I cannot be a burden.
I told my daughter, do not put me in a home. And she said, I will not. So just don't put me in a home. You tell your children that, Kate?
Actually, I was quicker to say pull the plug.
Oh, wow.
Because if I'm, technically alive, but not at all functioning or coming back or whatever, I mean, if I end up brain dead, then, one of those 15-minute seizures or something that's actually like when they take the picture, when they go in for the MRI and my brain's totally shriveled, then I don't want to be more of a burden. It would literally just cost money to keep me alive, and I'm not bringing any, making an impact on anybody's life.
Right.
So I'd
Yeah.
rather not.
I had the SUDEP talk with my mom yesterday, and that was it was I put it off for a while because she's already lost one son,
Yeah.
and she's been like she's been dealing well, my whole family has been dealing with my epilepsy since I was 14. So, and I'm the oldest child. So it was
So
like
you're her
it was
last
hard
baby.
to yeah, it was hard to bring that up to her, but she took it okay, and trying to explain it to her and everything. And I don't try worrying about it, but at the end, we took it into religion again. It's like it's in God's hands. Mm.
Yeah, that's kind of the easiest way to cope with it when you feel like you have
Yeah,
no other alternatives.
yeah. But I
See,
had to explain it. Like it
there's
can
another
happen.
like twisted post on this website, and this doesn't sound like an actual patient. They say living with epilepsy, the question is what should I know about being diagnosed? They say living with epilepsy comes with challenges. but there is stuff you can do to improve your life. It's a neurological disorder that causes seizures, and it is a physical disorder. Seizures can be dangerous. For example, tonic-clonic is dangerous, but absent seizures aren't dangerous. That's what caught my attention here because I don't think this is actually a patient. Do you know how much shit can go wrong when you're not all the way there?
Right. I was gonna say that. What you
Yeah.
mean? It ain't every seizure is dangerous.
Exactly.
Small, little ones, focal, small focal, all that shit. You can die.
Like,
What is not dangerous about putting yourself in a position to die?
Exactly.
yeah.
I don't know
And
nobody who
just
takes it more serious
letting
than
the
my family. I just vibe them.
absence grow. Like, who was it that Nate said earlier? It's just like letting it go untreated, or whatever, letting it keep going. It's
Right.
just going to build until it gets to the point.
Another one here is saying a girl with epilepsy told me that it's impossible to control a seizure. Is she lying?
Right.
Once it started and the response is, it's funny, I try to willpower out of them. This person is saying that they try to willpower out of a seizure and it makes it longer.
Actually, I wouldn't say willpower. I posted the video. I was trying to fight that focal so bad, and I could not. It was just
During a meeting?
cluster. Yes, I was with Twix, SailorMom, and Reese, and you got to watch it. I
I
edited
think
it.
I did. That's the one where you keep like looking back and forth and you were a little jumbled reading something.
Oh man, I was out of it. I don't remember
Yeah.
so much of that.
And Sailor Mom kept questioning you.
Every time she threw something at me and she said, "Are you okay?" I came back when she
Yes.
asked, "Was I okay?" When I was smiling is when I came back. But every
Yes.
time
I saw that one.
I laughed because because she said something and I came back. So I found that funny. But yeah, I was going through focal after focal, trying to just stay there for the meeting. And Santa was like, "Are you all right?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right." Then I laugh at it, and she'd be looking at me like, "Now, you don't look all right. Go get some water." And
Well,
yeah,
I mean, at least you could stay there. That's the most annoying part about mine is when I'm gone, I will not be in the same room by the time I come back. I
right.
don't think I ever stay in one place, but again, I don't know what causes it.
Yeah, I
So
think I
maybe,
was just, I
yeah.
don't know. I don't know what it was. Uh, yeah, I was just trying to stay in the meeting and kept having focals. And every time she would ask, "Am I all right?" I was just like, "Yeah, sure, good." Not good,
My,
but I said I'm good. And
my,
yeah,
yeah.
eventually I started showing her pictures of like masks on my phone and stuff. I was not there. I was like, "We are not talking about epilepsy." I'm showing her faces of some weird stuff I was just looking at online. I was like, I don't know why I was just not on Reddit looking at stuff. I was looking at stuff from all over the place. I was in a cluster and I was not there at all. It was hilarious to me.
Yeah, those are easier to listen to. So I don't always see like but when I heard Sailor Mom keep saying, "Are you okay? Are you there?" Then I actually went and, found the phone to look at, what is she talking about? And you did just kind of look like you were dreaming.
I had my eyes closed one time. The camera looked at me and I was just like sitting there like this. And I laughed and I was like, what am I doing? And
Well, I
I
mean, when
don't,
you watch this video back, you're gonna see yourself like you said you were wiping tears, but it sure as hell looked like you were taking your shirt off.
oh yeah.
I don't
Nobody
know
Right.
how
spoke up at
many
that
people
point
were
because she was still
wiping tears
talking.
today.
Yeah, man. It was
No, this
rough.
this is a common week for everybody. I think everybody had a seizure this week. Mine,
I've had two this week. This was a tough week.
yeah,
I've been doing
seasonal
so
changes
good.
and whatnot.
Yeah, I've been doing pretty good. Other than, like I said, I the other day, I think it was Tuesday. I think it would have been Monday then. Like Monday, I woke up and just had a felt like a popsicle headache, and there's nothing like it in the world. but I want to just tell myself it wasn't a seizure because the hospital said you have no concussion. We did an MRI, CT, and something else, a couple other names, and it was like there's no signs of it. Your mouth's not chewed up. You're not bleeding anywhere. And I was like, that doesn't mean anything. But
That
I'll
is
take your word for it this time because I just think it's a bad headache. I don't want to say the headache is a seizure, but
Yeah.
headache. And then I went into Tuesday doing the podcast, and I was like, still having a headache, but like after like 8 hours into it, I was like, okay, I'm back. There's nothing to take those headaches away. Nothing. You just gotta sit there and lay there and smoke or something and drink water, stay hydrated.
Drink water.
But
For
there's
me, stay
nothing in
in
the
the
world like it.
fan.
I had one start right here last night and just stayed here for the longest time. Then it ended up over here. And actually right now it feels like it's coming back right here. But, and I don't usually get headaches. And so that's why I thought I had one coming on last night. And like I said, I sat down with my wife and we just talked, and she knew I thought I was having a seizure. So she was there with me, and it finally went away. So I didn't think I had one.
And yeah.
Oh, you want to hear something funny? We
Sure.
my
Please share.
wife and I live in a duplex, and the fireplace outside the chimney was going to fall off the side of the house, so they capped it off, and what we did, so now the fireplace wasn't usable, so my wife made a bench out of it. All we did was put up a piece of a 2x4, sheet of plywood that she had put fabric on, and then made a bench and a pad. Anyway, about 4 years later, after we had built that up, I pulled the back, the front of the uh, fireplace off. There was a computer in there. Santa Claus left us a, yeah, exactly. Santa Claus left us a computer. No, seriously. Come to find out.
Correct.
Yeah, right. Okay. Come to find out, her sister had brought it over to her for something. She doesn't even remember why. Her sister has since passed, and she had we had in the time we were moving stuff around and painting half the house. She said she put it in there and just put the cover up over it and forgot about it. I mean, it all happened. She said it happened all in a few hours and forgot about it. I'm like, no account. I pulled that on. I'm like, where the hell did this come from?
Right.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I
Then we
mean,
had,
that sounds like a blessing to me, especially if her sister has passed, and who knows what is on that
she
hard drive
has.
that would help you,
Well, then,
kind of, yeah, that would be
yeah,
special.
it was weird. And then a friend of ours who was in need of a computer, they needed a computer, and then they got a free computer out of it.
Right.
But yeah.
See, I thought that story was gonna go in the direction of, the landlord or whoever actually owns the building or owns the
Yeah,
duplex
right,
was
right.
like had Siri listening to you or something. That's what
Oh
I thought you were
man.
going with.
I was just uh wanting to throw something out there in the mix, change things up a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a
everybody
lot of
that joined
real.
tonight had a hell of a story.
Yeah. Like I
That's
said,
good.
Destiny, she had me crying. It looked like I was taking my shirt
I
off. I was
know.
trying to cover my face. Stop crying.
I know.
I
She
was,
had me crying too.
I was trying to take my shirt, and I was just like, oh my goodness. And then I thought about it. I was like, oh my goodness, I have all my chest out.
Yeah, I
I
sent her
was just,
a DM. I told her, I said, honey, I said, anytime you need a shoulder, you pick anybody on our community, please. Just DM them, let them know that, you just want to talk. because it
Yeah.
doesn't seem like she has a whole lot, you know.
Nah, and right at the beginning, you don't even know what to tell people to help them understand.
I know, oh my God.
Don't
Yeah, I
even
think
know what kind of seizures there are, what kind of seizures are going to get you, what to do when they happen. I mean, I don't know how much the neurologist told me at first, but I don't think that our, common knowledge is as good over here as it is in a lot of other countries.
Right, right.
right. She had a lot going on top of having diabetes. So I was just like, wow. And she's here, she's fighting, and she's here to tell her story. Like, to come forward and tell that story is a lot. But
That's
yeah,
respect for sure.
to deal with it, she had me feeling like I'm going through a cakewalk.
Mm.
Her situation was,
That's a warrior.
yeah, that's a warrior. Exactly. Her story made me feel like I'm not dealing with much.
Exactly. Respect to her for being able to manage one condition for her entire life.
Yeah, no
And that
kidding.
literally only makes her strong enough to be able to handle this next burden, this next stage of her life, because epilepsy definitely changed your life.
I got something here that says help, possible sudden onset of PNES. Hello, everyone. I need some help figuring out what exactly is going on. Around a year ago, I started having episodes of eyes rolling back and unresponsiveness, but they only lasted 40 seconds at most. They were very mild and retained some awareness and was able to bounce back pretty quickly. They mostly happened whilst talking and trauma-related subjects. It may be important to mention that I have clinically recognized severe childhood trauma, which makes me experience multiple types of flashbacks, some being so severe that I become unaware of things around me. 2 days ago, helping me my partners and I were helping me process some of it. However, I ended up going into a flashback, then began seizing, I believe. It apparently went on for 4 minutes. After that, I had 7 more throughout the day, gradually becoming milder each time. My partners described me rolling my eyes back with eyelid fluttering, total unresponsiveness, and occasional rhythmical jolts. I barely remember much, but I do remember being somewhat aware. I was able to hear my partner speaking, but couldn't respond. It was like I was trapped in my own mind and had no control over my body. I tried to speak, but it was only in my head. Then afterwards, I forgot all that I was aware of them saying. My partners were able to record one so I could watch it back. I've noticed that before the possible seizure starts, I feel a tension building in my chest and head. Then I get uncomfortable, shaky jerks throughout my body. I have diagnosed Tourette's, but this is nothing like it. I have premonitory urge, just odd convulsions. And right before it happens, I get an overwhelming wave of days that makes me want to give in and collapse. I've learned that I am able to hold them back if needed, but pressure builds. Afterwards, I'm extremely out of it. My eyes make weird looking around movements, and I may be semi-unresponsive. It feels like an all-consuming dissociation. TLDR. Is that like temporal lobe something?
I'll look it up.
TLDR, I started having mild seizure-like episodes a year ago. 2 days ago, they got tremendously worse while talking about trauma. I'm still not sure if these are seizures. Now for a question. I don't know what to do about this. I don't want to tell my medical team as I'm very embarrassed and concerned about what rights could be taken from me, or even worse, people claim I'm faking. I need ability to drive for college, or I may have to ditch all my future plans and throw them down the drain. I'm really stuck in this position and not even sure if these are seizures. The last thing I want is another thing wrong with me. What do I do? First of all, I say you do tell your doctors because they can help possibly. And if it's nothing, then they can tell you it's nothing. But if it's something, you need to know if it's something. because going with something for a long time, I've come to find out is not good. Just dealing with stuff, it gets worse when you just don't.
I'd rather have it
Yes.
be find out from the doctor is nothing, and then
Uh-huh.
Right.
Right.
I'd rather have it address the situation, not just go past it. Because, like I said, there was not a lot I knew about epilepsy before this. I didn't know I was having focals and myoclonics and all these sweating, hot flashes and stuff. I never knew that was seizures. I've been going through that for 10 years, and I told my doctor that, and he was just so bothered. Like, you didn't tell me this, and I was like, I didn't understand it. I didn't know what I was going through. I thought it was just like the precursor. Come to find out, I'm having a seizure. It's not a precursor, and yeah, and he was just like, man, you've been going through this for how long? And I was like, 10 years at least. At
Wow.
least.
What
And
kills me
all I knew was
is that.
all I knew was
I'm
grand
sorry.
mal seizures. That's all I knew.
yeah, same here.
Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah. I was going to say, I mean, hey, I've been epileptic for 50 plus years. And since I've been in this community, I've learned so much about epilepsy. I mean, and it's been what, 2 weeks? I can't tell you how much I've learned, you know, the different things about epilepsy, the different episodes that people have, the auras, it just goes on. I think if we were to get some of these neurologists and uh, epileptologists to sit in on some of these
I'm looking for one.
and yeah, have them sit down and hear all our stories together.
I
You
was
know,
thinking
maybe
find
they'd
one that
learn
we can
something.
find one that we can sit here and talk over and vent to. And
Oh
laugh.
yeah.
Just tell them to sit down and shut up.
Right. Just
Get a
listen to
pad
what
of
we're
paper.
dealing with.
Yeah, just listen. Yeah, just
Just
sit in the
tell us that you're
background.
not one of those doctors we're talking about.
Oh yeah. Any of these neurology chats,
Just
they
explain
just
what you
sound
do.
so much on the other side. That's why I thought the feedback of having a doctor with epilepsy might shed some light, but it made sense that more people thought that they would just be biased and still follow the same procedures of try this one, because obviously their seizures are managed, they're controlled.
Right.
So having all these medication resistant and kind of uncontrollable ones, you know, that I wouldn't believe that like even a doctor that's had epilepsy would be able to truly understand.
I think they would be working harder though to try to work to, you know, find a cure for epilepsy and more awareness for epilepsy. So that's why I would want that type of doctor.
Yeah, but in the medical community, I'm sure that the doctors do eventually, you know, not
Yeah.
necessarily give up on a patient, but if they actually have that code, that diagnosis is like intractable epilepsy, you know, you give up on finding the cause. If they have epilepsy patients that, you know, in so many words are incurable, then I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, the doctor enters the appointment with that idea, with that kind
Here
of
we go again.
exactly. You know, let me just bump the dose one more time and see if they'll be happy with that. You know,
Yeah.
you're having these seizures, but they're not about to kill you, so live with it and deal with it and, you know, get over it.
Right.
I hate hearing the stories. Well, not I hate hearing. I hate that. I hate the stories of little kids. It sounds so sad when they're going through it, and I have one here.
Especially when the parents don't want to accept it or they're
and they
too
don't know what to
quick.
do.
Yeah.
I have one that says 20-month-old feeble seizure every time she gets a fever. Before I start off, I want to say that my daughter is waiting to be seen by a neurologist, but wanted to see if anyone has experienced this. My 20-month-old daughter has been having febrile seizures every time she gets a fever ever since she was 9 months old. I used to have seizures mainly from the age of 1 and 2 and 12 to 14. Haven't had any in over 5 years. And we also have a cousin who has seizures as well. So they do run in the family. This worries me as I am scared as she gets older that will develop a seizure disorder and she won't just get seizures from her fevers. The fever seizures last kind of long too, usually about 5 to 10 minutes. Just wondering if anyone else's kid here has febrile seizures every time they get a fever or grew out of them, or if they developed a seizure disorder.
That's
All I
gotta
can
be
say is
so
I don't have kids
scary.
that have it. My kids don't have it, and it's not genetic because, like I said, I got hit in the head. So I mean, unless they get hit in the head, the same spot, we have nothing in common.
I would imagine your baby can't even tell you
I'm
what they're feeling.
fearing,
That would be so sad.
I'm fearing if, like, I hope she doesn't get it. My 4-year-old doesn't get epilepsy because we don't know how I got it, but um,
I grew up fighting with Tonka trucks
yeah,
and was born premature. They said it might be a possibility of lack of oxygen. But good gosh, they don't know.
You'd think you would know before your 50s,
Right.
You would think.
Took them 50 years and they still haven't found out.
right?
you have epilepsy for 30 years, they still haven't found out.
Right. I found out mine though. So, but yeah, I feel you, Angel.
And what scares me is right before they diagnosed me, right before I started actually having the seizures, was when my parents had me in a Catholic school in New Jersey. Like we left there not long after 9/11, and that was when I was in the Catholic school where I know if I would have had one then back in like 5th grade or 6th grade, whatever it was, they probably would have just wanted to do an exorcism.
I was in a Catholic school when I was diagnosed.
Wow.
Yeah.
But at least you were there as a mentor on the other side of it, not, one of the
Oh
children with peers.
no, I was 13.
Oh, I thought you didn't even know about epilepsy until your 50s.
No, I was I'm 64 and I was diagnosed when I was 13. So it was like I said, it was 50 plus years that I've been epileptic.
Oh, okay. Living with it for that long. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking to see that another thing about the child ones is that some of the neurologists give such a broad spectrum of like, this post is similar. Somebody has a child that's been diagnosed, but it says we've seen 3 neurologists now who have ranged from saying she was faking it to just having no idea what the problem even is.
Yeah. That's
And
this
that's a couple in
you're faking
Texas.
it thing. That'll oh man. Who could say something like that? You're
You
faking
know?
it. Yeah, I want to
Well,
fake having seizures. I want to
that's
fake
the
being an
problem.
epileptic.
The range of epilepsy, there's so many
Mm-hmm.
seizures, and people just assume there's one kind of seizure.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Right. Some people think just like one type of seizure is just the worst. No, they're all just equally bad. Like you can't be like, oh, you only have these ones and you're gonna be okay. No, because I started wandering off without doing the shaking and I still had the popsicle headache.
Exactly.
And all I'm doing is just wandering and sitting places and going to people's houses and stuff. I didn't even have the shaking part. Still felt like it. Still needed sleep.
And just
Always hurt.
wandering to people's houses is dangerous.
So
Right.
much could go wrong when it's an invisible illness.
They have the right of way to do whatever they have to get me out of their house, especially because I'm 6'2", and most of the people I ran into were shorter than me. So you could say I was scared. He was a big guy. I
Oh,
shot
you'd
him.
have
He
been
came
in
in my
trouble
house.
down south.
Yeah, like I shot him. He came in my house. I had the right of way. The police just drive away. Yeah, we got this.
Yeah, a lot of the feedback on these people just saying, I don't know what to do now that I've been living with this controlled for so many years. And That's another thing. Sometimes different stages in your life, the seizures just come back full, full swing. Like that medication worked for decades, and now it's like it never did. These people
I
are
think
saying my episodes are happening while my wife was asleep. Any seizure can be nocturnal,
Yeah,
but
you can
they're saying
become
like
tolerant
50% of the
to a
seizures are
medication.
completely unprovoked.
Mm.
So that's somebody who sounds like they know a lot of their triggers.
You can build tolerance to a medication. That happened to me as a teen. Like my parents would give me my medication and everything, and guess what? The breakthroughs start coming back, and then more seizures and more seizures. And I'm talking about the tonic-clonics.
I wonder if we coined the
And
term breakthrough. Like you literally put up a wall blocking epilepsy out or something.
mm,
Breakthrough
yeah,
never
it's
made
like
sense to me.
Wait, gotta go.
All right,
right,
later,
Kevin.
later.
Kevin.
Have a good weekend.
All right,
Kevin,
it
what's
was
Take care,
nice talking to you.
Kevin.
Nice.
Kevin, what's your
Yeah,
user
All right.
red name? I mean, your
Hmm?
Reddit username.
like there's many times. That's why I've
Ready?
been on a
I'll
couple
send it to
different
you.
medications.
Send me a message.
All right. Hold
All
on.
right.
You know,
Hold
it's
on.
like I become tolerant to the medications. All right, we got to move you to the next one,
I do
or we
not
got to
want that
pair
to
you up
happen.
with the second one.
I don't want to become like what's it called resistant, medication resistant. And
Yeah.
I just have a feeling that since I don't have a neurologist right now, my next primary care, he's gonna find me a neurologist, and I'm just hoping that this new neurologist isn't like some guy who just wants to add another medication.
All
And
right.
'cause I've been doing this
All right,
pretty,
send it to
I
you.
would say pretty good lately. I've gotten better with it. Yeah, last few years it's only been like 5 a year at the most, 5. So yeah, that's like the past 3 years I was able to count. But this year so far, it's May. Well, it's almost June tomorrow. So uh, yeah, I've only had 2 in 5 months, so that's pretty good. Well, 2 tonic-clonics. Actually, that wasn't even 2 tonic-clonics. One was fucking, I mean, wandering off and stuff. So I'd count that just as bad. I mean, that's one of those. Um,
But that's what I'm
yeah.
saying. When you live alone, if it wasn't for my family, I wouldn't know about most of mine.
Yeah.
Like I'm writing down at least
Same.
6 a month, but I probably only picked up on one of them.
Right. Most of them I'm told, or
Yeah.
I wake up somewhere and I'm like, okay, this shit again.
The only ones I can think of are okay. I woke up overnight and it feels really weird. It feels like I had a grand mal.
Oh,
You know?
this one's heartbreaking. A few nights ago, I tried to hang myself. I did it by making a loop with my robe string, tying the rest around it and putting the end through part of the spiral that went around the string. Ever since then, I've been twitching slightly, getting confused, zoning out, grabbing and touching things for no reason, and sometimes I get a feeling in my belly and jerk forward slightly. That's supposed to be, I think, a signature of those psychogenic ones. I'm an 11-year-old girl. Last night I was watching Jaws with my family and I twitched in my chair, almost fell off trying to pet the dog, dug at the dog like a dog would, zoned out and didn't remember most of the movie. Afterwards, I was shocked at everything and questioned my sanity. I think I'm going insane. What's wrong with me? That poor kid. And then it's answered by a retired medical doctor. It's the title under the name. And it says, your parents and everyone else will find out when they see you having a seizure, no matter whether or not it's psychological or not. You go to school, you can talk to your nurse and guidance counselor. Your questions and answers indicate psychological difficulties and even an attempt to suicide at 11. It's always better to ask for help than have a parent force you. Please ask for help. So
Where are you
that's just coming
finding
from a
this at?
psychiatrist. This is another message board on a website spelled Quora.
Oh,
I don't know how to pronounce it. I would assume Quora.
wow.
I don't see dates on these ones.
I'm
These
over
are way
here
different.
talking on mute.
What do you say?
I said I was over here talking on mute, but yeah, it's Quora. And yeah, it's just like the epilepsy. It's basically a message board.
Yeah.
Not a community, it's a message board.
Yeah, that's all it is. None of this
Yeah.
posts seem to be related. I mean, they have a theme, it looks like, of epilepsy, but it's definitely not related.
Right.
It's just interesting to hear the response from a psychiatrist perspective, where she
Yeah.
doesn't even address the seizures at all. She's just saying you need to be the one to ask for help instead of being forced to help. So, like, as a psychiatrist, semi-retired, that's what you got from your practice. Like, you had better luck with the kids who actually wanted help instead of were forced into it. That's a shame.
Big shame.
But I guess if they actually tried to strangle themselves, then that could have definitely been a lack of oxygen to the brain. That's a
Yeah.
easy trigger.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame. You wouldn't know how to address that from a physical perspective. Would they even be able to comprehend what's happening in their brain at 11 years old?
Yeah. I mean, that's what I kept tripping over there is the 11-year-old is there
Yeah, that's
typing
heavy.
something like that out. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, and then a lot of other people are just asking what's the difference? Why are there so many different kinds of seizures that I didn't know about? That's definitely a common thread.
Yeah, no kidding.
And a lot of time even the medical distinctions are wrong, because they'll describe it as one thing that lasts for so long, and it's not like that for everybody.
Idiots.
Right.
Like you said, an aura is a seizure. Put that on an EEG and they'll say, yes, I know this thing is zapping me every time I fade out, but that's kind of another reason I wanted to get a hold of my data
Uh,
to see
I
how often it is actually recording seizures.
All right, like how the fuck you gonna tell me what a seizure is? You never had one. You never studied this. You never did nothing. You even read a book about it, and yeah. My mother, she's looking into it. She's learning more about it because I told her there's things about it, and then she watches every episode. So she's
Yeah.
learning stuff.
Oh, cool.
That's
yeah.
perfect. So that's your +1 every time.
That's it.
Yeah, she's been asking me, "Oh, you didn't say this. You didn't tell me this." I did not know that. That's why I didn't say anything.
So she knew about Target and she knew about the wandering in and all that.
Yeah. She was like,
Oh
somebody
boy.
even explain that. Because people just don't understand. Just because I'm not shaking don't mean I'm having a seizure, not having a seizure. Just because I'm
Right.
not shaking don't mean it's not equally as bad. It's just as bad, if not worse.
Yeah.
Fucking wandering off and shit. Ugh, that's the worst.
Because then even when you come back for me, since I'm always out of it and I don't remember, when I come to, it takes me way longer to decide what to do. Especially if I was by myself or on public transit. I don't know what happened in DC, but I know I was pregnant at least 6 months. He was at work. We were living with some Haitian family let us stay there when we first got to DC, and I ended up somewhere in public, right there in Southeast DC, and he was freaking out because Flo didn't even have his number. So when I came to, I guess I had my phone and eventually called him, and he left that job and came and got me. But those wandering off ones are definitely the worst.
He said he came and got you.
He left the job, came and picked me up from wherever it was. I know it was an apartment building. I mean, you guys probably know what Southeast DC looks like.
I don't, but lucky you.
I went on a bike ride with a
I think
friend.
I do.
Yeah, I've never been to
I
Washington.
went on a bike ride with a friend, and we pulled over to take a rest, and I told him I think I was going to have a seizure, and I just went for a walk. I don't remember. All I remember was telling him I was going to have a seizure, and I walked. I guess I was gone for about 10 minutes. Jeff's got things going on in the background. Is he
Sorry.
asleep?
I muted for him.
All right, thanks.
So anyway, I told my friend I was going to have a seizure. So I told him I'm going to go sit down. Well, I just kept walking. And I guess I walked for about a quarter mile up along the side of a road, halfway decent, busy road, and went over and sat down in a businesses. They had a little patio, I guess, where people came out and take a break. Well, I came to there, and I didn't have my phone. And my friend, I've been gone for 45 minutes this time. He didn't know where I was. It took like 4 hours before people finally found me. And I was smart enough to stay right where I was. But I mean, my wife's telling me, she's always afraid that, I say I'm going to go get on the bus. Well, I don't know if you're going to come home. You
Right,
could walk out in front of a car or something.
right.
And so, I like the worst part about these seizures is that a lot of times we don't know we're having a seizure. We
Right.
don't know when we've had a seizure.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff that goes on. I just hate to think of what's going on. When I think I'm asleep, what's going on around me? I'm having a seizure or something. I don't know.
Right. And then to be
It's
told
just,
it's your fault. Oh, you heard that one yet? It's your fault.
Why didn't you
Are
anticipate
you
this?
sure
Why
I
didn't you
did
plan
that?
for this or think
Yeah.
about it?
What are you doing wrong? This is your fault.
Yeah.
Oh man, you're not doing something right. So this is why this happened. No, man, this is gonna happen. It's just gonna happen. Yeah,
There's
you guys
literally a
are
question here that says, are non-epileptic seizures fake?
no. That's what Anne. That's what they're saying about Anne.
Exactly.
That she's having psychogenic seizures, and that's also with what is her name? She came today.
Something with a D, right?
It wasn't Destiny, was it?
Oh, you're right. Maybe it was the other one.
Yeah, it was the other girl, but she was saying the same
Sia.
thing. Yeah, Sia.
See ya. There you go.
Yeah, these misdiagnosed shit, and just because you don't have a seizure or don't have a shaking, you don't get diagnosed. It's fucked up.
Well, there's a lot of it looks like the parents, like all these febrile seizures you guys were talking about, the parents are asking for feedback on whether or not they should even start medications when their children are being diagnosed with PNES.
Talk to a
So
doctor.
since it's not a physical thing, they don't want to start medications for babies.
Talk to a
That's
doctor.
understandable.
That's why I'd say, there's pediatric neurologists.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Pediatric neurologist.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I have no neurologist.
I don't I had one.
I don't have one at all at the moment.
But no, I don't either. But
I'm going to run out of medication and just have nobody to pay for. To prescribe me anything else. Yeah. A
You're gonna
neurologist.
need some when you come here.
Huh?
I said you're gonna need some before July.
Yeah, definitely. Be having seizures in other states.
You don't think your primary would cover it for you?
I gotta wait till that doctor's appointment and get them to find me a neurologist, and hopefully it's sooner than later. But
You don't have a neurologist? Why not?
because he retired on early in May.
That's what happened with my epileptologist.
Yeah, that's why I just like
that was a couple years ago, but
I just feel like
man.
the next guy's gonna try to add some shit. He's gonna either tell me to take Keppra with this shit, or he's gonna do something.
Is anybody else still working
I've been
at
taking this
practice?
shit for so long. I don't want to change. I don't want to change. I don't want new side effects. I don't want extra side effects. I could rock with what I'm doing now. It's just it's out of control.
Yeah, that's how I feel about the meds. It's just too risky to add anymore.
Yeah, that's why I'm good where I am. I know. I mean, my seizures are my seizures. That's I've accepted my how I feel after a seizure. I don't think that there's anything more that they can do to prevent them. I have a VNS, I've had brain surgery, I've gone through pretty much every one of the anti-seizure medications, and I'm happy with what I got right now.
Yeah, like
So,
I've been hearing about. I
there's
forgot.
there's nothing worse than changing medications. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
that
hate
one
it.
guy, Nate, he said he's been on 17 medications. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was Sailor that told me there's 21. I'm not trying to
I
be,
said that. I had there was a list of them and I counted them. There's 21.
I'm
Sailor
only
has
3. So I'm not trying to be
like
on
a
10 plus
huge bag
medications.
full.
Nothing new. No more new side effects. None of that.
I'm done. I'm done.
But
Crazy.
give me some fucking Keppra, end up jumping off a bridge or some shit. Because that shit was not cool.
Well, it works for me. And I'm on Lamictal and the generic Keppra.
Yeah,
The
I'm on
Micamacamolchol stuff. I can't pronounce it.
Everybody says levetiracetam differently.
That one, yeah.
All right, Tom, you should have got that
I don't
that
even
post
see it.
that's kind of ready to go. It's a copy paste one.
Okay.
Yeah, most of the time I can't pronounce all the way, so I say leva. Never mind, then I just be like
Generic Keppra.
Keppra.
There, hey, that's why I always just call it Keppra. That's what I was told it was at one point, that I was taking the Lamictal and Keppra.
Yeah, that's
Now it's
what
hard
I
to
always
look back
call it.
and go ahead, you guys.
I got one of my YouTube subscribers. He wants to join, but he's in Spain, so like the time difference is like 9 hours or something. I think so. Something like that.
Yeah.
So he would have to join when I start at 12.
If he starts, it'd be 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah. Yeah, gonna be 9 at night, yeah. Like I've been 10 hours since 10-hour times, but yeah, those are a lot too.
And even now, if even if you were to run the meeting until like 9 o'clock, standard time, it would be still too early over there.
Uh-huh.
Right. There was a guy that was in what's it say, Kazakhstan. And I told him when I started 12, he said it'd be 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
I told him shit, I'll be on for like 4 hours and you join. Be like 6 a.m., 8 a.m., perfect timing.
Wow.
Well, I'm getting a headache again.
Yeah, take care of that. Close your eyes.
Oh my God, Tom.
Go lay down.
That's all good.
Okay.
Yeah, that headache messed me up yesterday. I was like ready to start cleaning, and I just sat down. Next thing you know, I'm knocked out.
Nope. I'm not turning on a vacuum when I got one of those headaches.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I just try to sit down so I don't wander off into nobody's house or down the street or none of that shit, because that's what's been
Yeah.
happening lately.
Man, just lock the door when you come in the house. Just lock the
Locking the
door
door don't work.
so you can't get out.
Unlock that thing.
Uh,
Yeah, I can't remember if the other one, when I woke up on the second floor, I can't remember. I think the door was locked because my auntie left. So I think she locked the door behind her. And then again, I'm not sure. Just like that wandering off shit is not cool. Like I said, that man could have killed me for walking to his house. He had all
Yeah.
rights. He had 100% right. Then he would have just went back home. I killed him.
Yeah.
He walked to my house, sat down, laid down on his couch, told him it wasn't his house.
I think the last time I was on, we were talking about this, walking into, waking up somewhere in somebody's house or something. I told you about my wife and I were living at someone's property and we're taking care of their property. And they would be gone for so many months out of the year. Well, they had come back, and one night I had a seizure. I walked over to their house. They were in bed, and I was butt naked. And I'm standing over them in their bedroom. And he woke up. And all I know is he walked me home. But could you imagine that?
Crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
That's a hard one to
to
remember.
swallow, yeah.
And you know they remember it too.
Oh yeah. Well, about 6 months later, they told us they didn't need us anymore.
Go figure.
Go figure, right?
I wonder if that's a coincidence.
Yeah.
I can't believe you've been dealing with this for 50 years. I couldn't imagine. But I mean, it's gonna
Yeah.
happen. I'm gonna get
Oh
there.
yeah. There's stuff that
I
I
got no
just
cure or
pop up
something.
from time to time. And I told you before, there's a big chunk of time in my life that's it's just not there. I mean, I've got, I don't know, 8 or 10 years of my life that I've got no
I know
recollection
that
of.
feeling.
And it's just not a day here or maybe a week or something. Oh, I'm talking like 10 years. I have no recollection. I could have killed somebody. I don't know.
Right.
I don't
I was
remember
homeless.
my childhood as much, and that's fading.
Well, I remember my childhood. I remember my memory's good long term. Short term is bullshit.
Short time. Yeah.
Short term is there is no short term.
I can't remember. Like, I remember the stories that my mom tells me and stuff.
Yeah. My
And
mom-
I'll remember if somebody says an occasional word or something that triggers something. But when I try to remember something, it's like I don't remember them. I don't remember the face. I don't remember, it's gone.
Yeah, I forgot who that was. She said somebody told her that she was lying about her bad memory.